So basically, Don, when you're hitting your wedge shot, what's happening is that your feet are pointing miles left. You put the ball too far back in your stance. You set up with your head. It was sort of like over here, yeah? Your spine angle was over here somewhere, and your hips are down here, yeah?
Yeah.
So essentially what's happening is then you're hitting it miles from the inside and swinging it out to the right, okay?
Yeah.
And then from there, we have to have a big flip of the hands. Now, we've changed a few things with your setup. So you can see even in the left arc one, even like I've still tried to we've changed a few things to begin with setup. Okay, I've just had to remind you a tiny bit just to get the ball position in the middle, because you tend to get it towards the right foot. Try and keep it in the middle, okay? Because what happens is when it goes onto the right foot, you then have to sort of like lean back and still try and scoop it, and that's when you get those thin shots, okay? So we want to set up, feet under shoulder width apart, and we're going to try and get your centre of mass over the ball. So the ideal would be that your sternum, your belt buckle, and the centre of your feet were all in that middle place there, okay?
Yeah.
So I think even still, we could probably still get your body a little bit more.
Ahead of it.
I'd like to just see your spine on this angle, basically. Yeah?
Yeah, it still look like I'm in a driver, doesn't it?
A tiny bit, yeah. So, and like even with, I think driver, that would be how you would set up to a driver.
Yeah.
Now, once we've got everything square, we've got the pressure left, we've got the head over the ball. What we need to try and focus on is as we're coming through, we're going to get less of this sway movement into the ball. Now, as soon as your hips work that far forwards, your centre of mass works that far towards the target, controlling the low point of your swing is going to be tough. Okay? So you're going to be hitting a lot of shots where you're swinging out to the right. You're going to be flipping the hands a lot. The right knee's going to buckle in. You're going to hit the ground before the ball. Yeah? And it's just going to be hitting lots of thins and lots of big pushes.
Yeah.
Now the ideal would be that as we start to come through,
Ooh, that was a better move.
we now have more rotation, and it's that move here,
Yeah. I don't look at the ball, do I?
and then through.
It's more rotation, eh?
Yeah, more of a turn and less of a big
Yeah.
sway. Yeah?
Yeah.
So imagine what I said to you earlier, someone stood next to you here. Okay?
Yeah.
Or there. Try and stay away from them. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel like as you come through you're going to hit this person here. You're going to, if you can, try and stay behind them and get that chest and body rotating better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, now when you come and practice this on the range, try and pick different yardages. So hit 30 yards, 35, 40, 45, up to, say, 100 yards, and then work back down again. Change clubs if you need to, yeah? But what I want you to do is each time be very aware of putting sticks down. So we've got one stick. I've got a lot of lines here. Let me just get rid of all of these. So we've got one stick just here, one stick here,
Yeah.
and that's just to try and feel like our club is going to work along that line on the way back, and then back along this one on the way through, and that's just going to help you with that swing path, yeah? And you can do that with all your clubs as well.
Yeah.
But main thing for you is definitely alignment. Don't aim right, okay? And set up. So get your setup nice and neutral.